Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. Take that take.
Welcome back.
Our third episode so far. I'm very excited for this episode. Very excited. We have great things this week happening. Mainly, my favorite international thing going on right now. Let's go USA. The Four Nations Tournament, everyone. The Four Nations Tournament. I'm making another racket with that. The Four Nations Tournament is tomorrow. The championship is tomorrow. USA versus Canada. This tournament, Eddie, I looked it up. This tournament is the first time that the best U.S. hockey players have gone against the best of the best in the other parts of the world for 9 years. It's 2016.
Really?
So this is really like the first time we get to see real hockey go on, and it's just so cool to me. It's a great opportunity for our U.S. hockey team to show what they had.
Yes, it is.
People don't think that U.S. is a hockey country. It's a hockey country.
Definitely,
I'll tell you that right
definitely.
now. I've heard a lot of rumors. Heard a lot of trash talk from Canadian fans online, man. But I don't know. It's a big game tomorrow. Big game. I'll get into that more later. But today, with our fact, the NASCAR had their Daytona 500 this past Sunday.
Yes.
Let's just give you another example. So the 48th Daytona 500, Jimmy Johnson, driving from Hendrick Motorsports, wins the 203-lap race, and he goes on to win his first championship. Just one of the examples of many
Really?
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, really, yeah. But one of the
Good fact.
great racers wins his first. That's 2006, Eddie. That's a great fact. But
It's a great fact.
we're gonna kick it off today, Eddie. You're a very NBA oriented guy as of right now.
As of right now, yes.
What were your thoughts on the All-Star game?
My thoughts on the All-Star game, they weren't good thoughts, honestly. I had a lot of hope going into this All-Star game, or this All-Star part of the year. They tried to change the format. They made it 3 teams, a tournament, different from the East versus the West, or team captains picking teams. And I thought, hey, this is going to be better. The teams are going to want to play. We're going to have 3 great games, and then a great championship game between whoever team moves on. See more guys in the court play instead of just like having the bench come off the middle. Like it's better to see like have 3 different teams because you see more of those guys play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then they had the idea of this year having the winner of the Rising Stars tournament play against them. You know what the Rising Stars are?
Yeah,
the first and
young
second
guys.
years in the G League
Yep.
guys. I thought that was a great way to motivate them because you got a guy like, I don't know, an older guy like Kevin Durant or Steph Curry, and then they're playing against like the Rising Star guys. Like, okay, are you going to let yourself get beat by like these new guys in the league who technically aren't all-stars but are playing the equivalent of all-stars right now? Are you going to lose to these guys? So I think that was an idea of where let's make them want to win. Like, let's make them have to win. Like, you can't lose to these guys because then what does that say about you? And that backfired. That did not work. I mean, the Rising Stars didn't win, but then their idea was, okay, let's have the games go to 40.
Why not?
Why so? Why not have full games? Why have a one-quarter game where the first team to 40 wins each game? I think that cut off a lot of the talent. I think
Also
lot of people.
It also limited what they can showcase to the world as an All-Star game. I mean,
Yes,
obviously,
definitely.
the thing about the All-Star game to me is that it's just not competitive. This is in every league. Nobody wants to get hurt, right?
That's the
This
biggest
happened in the
problem.
Four Nations. So the Four Nations replaced the All-Star game this year.
Yes, I think it was a great idea.
defender for Bruins, he got hurt. He can't play tomorrow. He's
Really?
hurt. I don't know if it was during one of the games, but I think it might have been. But he can't play, so then that goes into other players' minds. Oh, what if I get hurt? What if this affects my contract for the NHL where I make my money? Like that's a big signifier for all these players in all these leagues, and it's really killing the whole All-Star week.
No, it is. It is.
It's good,
killing the
it's
whole
good to
vibe.
see all the stars together, and it's great for the fans to kind of get that chance to interact with them sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and see all these cool little events. But like the Pro Bowl is disgraceful.
It's disgraceful.
To me. It's
It's
really
a disgrace to the sport.
It's obviously I get it. It's hard to get these players to do what they want. I thought the flag football game was pretty cool, just because I got to saw those Malik Neighbors clips of him catching the bomb from whoever. I don't even
You
know
got to
who
see him
threw
doing as
it.
well somewhere as a Giants
But
fan. right?
yeah, you gotta have something. But Malik Neighbors, my only shining star in that game. But like these games, they're not. Nobody wants to be competitive because they don't want to get hurt, and so it
killing
really
the
hurts the
sport.
fan bases in the fact that they want to see these guys who are the best of the best. They want to see oh, who would win? Would LeBron take down Steph Curry? I mean, they're obviously on the same team always, but would LeBron take him down in an All-Star game with all these other guys on his team? Would LeBron throw up a lob to Giannis and it would be, oh, that was so cool?
There's so much potential to see like a good game, but like it just doesn't want to happen.
Nah, I agree.
Like we could get to the point where like each team could score over 200 points realistically if these teams tried.
Oh yeah,
because they're that good and they're that competitive, and you could say there's no weakness on the team because everyone on the team is an all-star. And I think that is something that people would love to see if we see all these guys try and all these guys want to be there. Everyone's so afraid of getting injured, but like there's just as likely of a chance that you can get injured in the next game you play.
Exactly.
Like, what's stopping you from getting hurt this weekend with the NBA finally coming back? What is what's the point? You set out one game not to get injured. You go easy for one game. Okay, you could get injured a week later. You can get injured 2 weeks later. And then you have to work that through your contract. You have to work that through everything. So it's silly in my eyes. It's really silly, and it's not, I don't know.
A suggestion I saw, I think Giannis suggested this. I think that he said that instead of the Rising Stars, the Rising Stars are great. It gives them a good opportunity to meet all these vets.
Yeah.
They can still be there. They are stars, and they're rising to their possibilities and their capabilities. But I think that Giannis he's going on the NHL track right now. He's saying, yo, why don't we do Team USA versus Team World, right? That might put a little more
Team USA versus Team World.
That might put a little more
really
emphasis,
the USA All Stars and the World All Stars. Pizzazz, yeah, we'll go with pizzazz. We'll go with pizzazz. It might put a little more pizzazz in the game, and I think he's right. I mean, it's put in for the hockey. It certainly think
has.
about it. You see, like Giannis,
the World
Luka,
Baseball Classic is fantastic.
Jokic. Yeah, that would be some team. But then it's going to be like, oh, there's more depth on the U.S. end, and then there's less depth on the world end. So you're going to see like guys that aren't as good from around the world becoming all stars. Like, do you consider Joel Embiid part of a world all-star? Because he played on Team USA. Kyrie Irving played on Team USA. Kyrie Irving just announced he's going to play for Team Australia.
That's pretty cool, actually. I don't know.
The problem is, where do you associate where each guy is from?
Well, that's something for them. I'm not deciding that. That's something for them.
That's what the rebuttal of it's going to be. Like, where do we draw the line of who's where?
Well, they can pick. It's depends on what they want. Like Jokic.
Obviously,
Giannis, Wemby.
Yeah.
I would even put Embiid on the other team.
You would put Embiid on that?
Yeah, I would put Embiid over there.
Okay.
I don't know the small guys because they're not as good. The European small. Luka would be on the other team. So, they have a 5 already. Who are all, they're all big guys. Yeah. It's really all the same position.
No, it
big
is.
Big all centers. Giannis power forward. But, it's just something to think about how you can have all these different guys and still make it a little bit more competitive because they're playing for something that they believe in.
They're playing they got to play for their country. They got to play for their side of the world.
That's what makes the
Olympics
so cool.
I think it's a great idea,
part.
but the NBA's got to figure it out.
They do. All right, so then, besides the All-Star game, what about the dunk contest?
Dunk contest? I couldn't name 3 people that were in the dunk contest.
Other than the champion.
I couldn't.
Mac McClung.
Congratulations to Mac McClung.
Congratulations
3 years in a row. That's not easy to win 3 years in a row. Whatever it is.
Very creative,
if you have no one to go up against.
I gotta respect his creativity.
Yes, he does have creativity.
He jumped over a car. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you even get the car in there? First of all, that's what I'm thinking about. That's just what I'm thinking about. I didn't see them bring it in. I'm
pretty sure it was sponsored by Kia, and it's a Kia car. And it's just like, this is the winner.
How did they get the Kia car into the stadium?
Doesn't someone that wins something gets the Kia car?
I mean, probably, yeah. He probably has 3 Kias right now, just sitting in his driveway.
Probably does something to practice against.
But also, I saw something that someone offered LeBron in 2013 when he was on the Heat.
The Heat.
Yeah, you saw that too, right?
Magic offered him $1 million.
Oh, it was Magic. That's right. They offered.
And
Mac
ever since
McClung
then,
has been winning. He won. His earnings was $100K.
Yeah, like $100K.
Isn't that crazy? How little attention it gets because there's no grand theatric.
And everyone says it's all because of LeBron. It is solely because of LeBron. The fact that LeBron wouldn't want to participate in one and win and never have to do it again is unbelievable. You were one of the best dunkers at this time in 2006 when he's with the Heat. You are one of the most electric players. You're argued to be going to be one of the greatest players of all time, and you can't give the people what they want. What does that say about you? You're that selfish and you're worried, oh, I don't want to get hurt. Oh, I just don't want to do it. Look what you're doing. it's an opportunity to have fun and do something that hasn't been done in a while, which was bring electricity to the dunk contest. I mean, Vince Carter had it before you. Michael Jordan had it before you. But the fact that you want to do that, what does that say about you as a player? That you're just not about it? That it doesn't fit on your schedule and it doesn't work for you? Which brings me up to my point of him at the All-Star weekend, of him announcing 2 hours before the game that he doesn't want to play.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Injury.
I saw the picture of him, and we were gonna put it in here, but the picture of him was funny where they're all like suited up,
and he's in like
a
jacket and backwards hat,
and it's like you couldn't even at least suit up for the picture.
You know, and a lot of people rebuttal that, like, oh, in the past, like injured superstars also didn't do that, but yeah. The injured superstars, I'll show photos, are in suits and ties. They look professional. They look like real athletes. They don't look like a guy in streetwear who's just hanging out and just there to have fun at All-Star weekend. Like, Anthony Davis was hurt. Someone was able to take Anthony Davis' spot.
Wasn't it Luka?
No, it wasn't Luka.
I thought it was Luka.
No, Luka wasn't in this All-Star weekend. It was Trae Young, I believe.
Yeah.
Someone else was injured. Do you remember who else was injured? Someone was injured, and then... who else was the other guy called up to play in the All-Star game?
Someone
else was called up.
But they were there.
But there was another guy that was able to take the injury spot. LeBron, you announcing 2 hours before the game you don't want to play because of your ankle doesn't feel well. That's taking someone's spot. That's taking an All-Star spot. LaMelo Ball, we talked about this before.
Totally.
He is more deserving of being in an All-Star game more than anything. He's been in one before. He deserves to be in it again with his stats being even higher than they've ever been before. Yeah. His stock being higher. Him trying to bring Charlotte into some sort of relevancy. Like, this guy's trying to carry this team on his back and, like, get pieces to build around them. And he deserves this All-Star spot. And I believe if LeBron announced 2 days before or 3 days before that he's not going to play, I think the next guy in line was LaMelo Ball. I think
so, probably.
The other arguing point was Trae Young, but Trae Young was called up to play. But I don't know. I don't understand what the whole selfishness is going on in his head of LeBron not wanting to, not choosing to play. But
it's what he's done for over 20 years. So I mean,
I don't know.
Can't argue that. But Eddie, I don't know who my picks would be, but who would you like to see in the All-Star game? Not the All-Star game. Everyone was there this year.
Everyone was
in the dunk. Who would you like to see in the dunk contest?
Dunk contest. There's a lot of candidates people want to see in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
I'm going to name 4 people. I think a lot of people want to see these 4 people play. Jalen Rose of the Rockets. He's a young stud.
He's got some bunnies.
Dude, that guy can move.
Hop.
Anthony Edwards. How could you not want to see Anthony Edwards flying around?
The thing about him is his in-game dunks are just amazing.
He's trying to posterize every single person in the league right now. And it's unbelievable. The old man at this point, because he's this injured, but Zion Williamson.
His dunk would be like if he jumps off a trampoline and lands like into a foam pit or something. He has to land into like a foam pit or something.
He can still jump. He can still jump.
Oh, of course he can.
He can 100% still
He needs that rubber court. I remember seeing that clip a few years ago when he was recovering. There was like a rubber court he was like dunking on. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's back!"
He's back. He's learning how to do it again.
The court was not wood; it was rubber. So that's why.
He's definitely someone that we would want to see.
I would like to see him too.
And John Morant. John Morant is one of the tallest point guards, and he's just a guy can just get down, can just move in the paint, get down, and just slam it. And that is incredible. And I think those are 4 candidates. If we get those 4 in a dunk contest, I think the entire world would watch, because that would be the most explosive and competitive dunk contest we've had in a very long time.
Oh my God! You get like a whole row of stars. It's unreal. I would watch it.
There's not a single guy in those 4 guys that cannot compete with the rest of them.
I think the last time I watched it was when Obi Toppin was in it. Obi Toppin was popping for the Knicks, baby.
Because he was a Knick and he wanted to represent?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I always want to watch my guys, because I was a fan of my favorite Knick of recent years. Right now is Josh Hart. Shout out Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, blue guy.
Manuel Quickley is my I have his Knicks jersey. He was awesome. He was really one of my favorites coming off the bench. But like him and Obi were in the same draft class, so I had respect.
Yeah.
So I had to watch. But anyway, that's just, I don't know. It's the All-Star.
That's our All-Star weekend breakdown.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
But Eddie,
NBA's back this weekend, so we're hyped for that. We'll be talking about that next week. What goes on this weekend with everyone being back. Joseph, you are this passionate about the Four Nations.
Dude, look at my getup right here.
You're in red, white, blue right
I got the red, the white, and the blue, and the hat. My favorite
He's
golf
wearing
hat.
red pants. Who wears red pants? I wear red
These
pants,
are my,
actually.
He just said, I should have worn my red pants.
I almost wore my red pants, and thank God I didn't. That would look funny.
That would look weird. That would look weird.
Red pants, yeah.
Should we plan that one?
I'm wearing red, white, and blue too,
pants?
actually. I'm wearing red, white, and blue. Champion.
Oh yeah, the champion. Yeah,
I'm representing. I'm representing today.
It's about pride. The thing about the Four Nations tournament is it's all about the country pride. Yeah, I'm going into it right now.
Go.
The Four Nations tournament. For those of you who don't know, it's a hockey tournament that replaces the All-Star break this year. It goes for around 2 weeks. It started in Montreal, and now it's ending tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in TD Garden in Boston, USA versus Canada. So it's basically 4 teams, round-robin tournament. USA played Finland, Sweden, and Canada. Not in that order, I just listed off. And they went 2-1, all right? And
who did they lose to?
They lost to Sweden on Monday. They were playing Sweden. It was Chris Kreider scored a goal. They just kind of in the first period, and then they just kind of coasted through the rest of the game. They already clinched the playoff. They already clinched the championship against Canada with those 2 wins. The win against Canada last time, so they didn't have to, go all out per se.
Okay.
But they so they're at the top of the standings right now. And I thought this tournament is just such a breath of fresh air coming from a league that is, it's not really talked about. We haven't talked about the NHL in our
No, we have not.
podcasts.
We have not talked about it at all.
And so I think that the whole tournament itself is just really, really a good idea to get people more involved in the game. Because anytime you see USA versus Canada hockey, you're going to be, oh my god,
like what's better than that?
Nothing,
of the biggest
nothing
nations
really
with
is
hockey.
I'm watching that game on Saturday, USA versus Canada. That was the best start to a hockey game I've ever seen in my entire life.
They all dropped their gloves. I saw that. They dropped the gloves and just went after it.
The Kachuk brothers, both of them, scrapping. I think it was Brady Kachuk was throwing haymakers left and right. The second Kachuk.
That's great. That's great.
And then the next guy comes in. I think it might be Jack Hughes or something. I don't know if it was Hughes, but I was just so, my brain was so clouded because of the enjoyment. I was just shocked. What is the word you said? He said jazzed the other day.
I was jazzed. We were talking about something when I was saying I was jazzed, and Joseph was like, "What did you just say?" I was like, "I'm jazzed about that. That's a very exciting thing."
So yeah, I was jazzed about it, and
now he's using it.
It was really awesome to get the rivalry back and going. You have Canada has some of the greatest players you're going to see. Sidney Crosby, McDavid is a beast, man.
Yes.
Like, he's so good to watch. And then the USA has all these guys who can play together so well, and they can win the games.
Who is the guy on the US that's like 40 that's doing insane right now? He's retired.
I don't know, and that's on me because I'm not too deep into hockey as I mentioned, but I've been watching. Like, I know a few of the stars, like Kachuk brothers, the Jack Hughes, McAvoy, other guys like that. I mean, I'm really not into deep with it.
There's someone
it's just
on the US team.
Such a cool event to have, and I'm really happy I get to see it. Like, because last time this happened, the NHL players played was 2016, right? I remember I don't know if that was the World Cup, but I remember TJ Oshie back in the day winning the face-off for us. That was amazing. Like, that's one of the iconic hockey moments I have in my brain, and that was another one that happened on Saturday. And so to get to have an opportunity like this to have these iconic hockey nations face off is just so cool. It really is a really good event.
It's definitely exciting to watch,
and I hope they keep it up. I think
they're going to keep this moving forward.
I was talking to one of my friends. He said that it's going to be every 2 years, which is just amazing.
That's great.
But
that's great.
Hopefully they can get more teams in it to make it kind of like a little.
Yeah, he was like next year they do like 4 different teams or like 4 different nations, and then like the US.
Yeah, why not? 4 different nations.
They could change it up. It's definitely an open playing field. This year was definitely a good test run with it. I think a lot of people watch hockey that don't normally watch hockey. Very successful run. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see this game. This is tonight because this is going up Thursday. Yeah, we're back on track, by the way. Thursdays every week. We had a thing with the camera, but now every week we are back on Thursdays.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thursdays here on our YouTube.
on our YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We post clips there.
Clips are coming up.
Joseph, what do you want to get into next?
I want to hear, because I know you mentioned Ja before, just about the
Ja thing.
the Ja
trade
Ja
rumors.
thing.
The Ja thing. So right now there is trade rumors of Ja Morant, which is crazy
not
because
current.
2 weeks ago there was the trade deadline. No, we're talking about this off season, which doesn't come up until July. But yes, there is trade rumors that the Grizzlies want to move on without Ja Morant, and this is totally possible. This is like, I don't know. I guess in a way it makes sense because the Grizzlies are winning without Ja Morant. Ja Morant is also very injury prone. So it would make sense to them to try to get some picks or a different point guard for them on their team. But I think this all goes back to the Luka trade in my eyes. Nobody feels safe. Nobody wants to do the wrong thing. There's a clip of Pascal Siakam, him getting asked a question of what he thinks of All-Star Weekend. And he was like, I'm good. I have no opinion. I'm good. I don't want to say the wrong thing after Luka. I'm good.
Oh, he said after Luka in the clip?
He said that in the clip. So I think it's a trending thing that players, in a way, they don't feel safe. They don't know if they could trust their own franchise.
I know I saw on Twitter, or X, I saw Josh Hart posted like after the trade, or after the few trades. He was like, who is safe?
Who's the untouchables now?
Who are your untouchables?
There are none.
They're none.
They're none.
No, Eddie says no untouchables.
I don't think there is.
Clip that, chat.
I don't think there's any untouchables. Clip that. Clip that.
There's no untouchables. That's just. I'm gonna have to agree. There might be a few.
You're telling them to clip that, and you're saying the exact same thing.
I mean, not like
hypocrite. There are no untouchables. Anything could happen now.
You already saw Cat got moved this offseason.
That was pretty crazy.
That was
After
a big trade.
10 years of being with the team, the first overall, first round pick. Like,
big trade.
That was a big trade.
And Luka's even bigger. It was middle of the season. It's just.
And if they get rid of Ja Morant, their first round pick from 4 years ago, or 5 years ago now, that's crazy.
And the best thing about, not the best thing, but honestly, the sucky thing about that Cat trade was that the Nova Knicks never really got their full debut.
Distinguished. They were together for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. 2 weeks in like the off season.
That's got to be sad to see. But I think there was sideline stuff going on with Dante.
Yeah, there might have been.
There was.
There definitely was.
But yeah, that's definitely exciting to see where Ja Morant could land. I saw rumors like the Heat, the Rockets, Orlando.
He might need some of that. That might need a little kickstart. I feel like the Heat.
The Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
After Jimmy Buckets, that whole fiasco, he was kind of just dragging them through the mud all year, and they're still in the running. No,
I don't think so.
Oh really?
I think they'll make the plan, but lose in the first round. We went over this last week.
We did.
Yeah, go check that
episode 2.
Go check that from last week. Me and Joe went over
episode 2.
Where we think teams are going to land in the plan, who's going to move on, and who's not.
Facts. But yeah. So that's what we got for that.
That's all we got in the NBA
Eddie,
today.
Who do you think is going to win the game tomorrow? USA versus Canada.
USA. Is that even a question? Is that even a question? Is that even?
I don't know how to do.
Is it the Miami U?
No, this is Miami U. This one.
But you went like that. Yeah, that's the Miami U. It's all about the U.
All right, but anyway. I want to get into a little baseball here.
Into a little baseball. Okay.
A little baseball.
Go ahead.
Our pitchers and catchers reported last week.
Yes.
Spring training has officially
begun.
All right, I'm seeing clips on Instagram. Cody Bellinger, lefty swing, tailor-made for Yankee Stadium, hitting bombs off Rodon.
I saw the first official photo of both Francisco and Juan Soto together. I'll pull it up.
Juan Soto had like a hat on, and I think someone made a comment online. They were like, "It's with a goofy ass hat."
Oh, the Mets spring training hat. Yeah, that hat is sick.
I thought it looked pretty cool too.
The orange with Mr. Met and shades, orange shades.
Haven't they always done a different spring training hat though?
Every year the teams do different spring training. Every year teams do.
Except for the Yankees, but
the Yankees they've had the same uniform since the 20s, but they don't change.
Iconic.
But every team, I'm pretty sure every team changes their spring training hat, they change the spring training hat every year.
I thought it was a pretty nice hat. I don't know.
I thought it was very creative.
I didn't like to see it. I didn't like to see it on Juan Soto.
Yeah, they don't put like Mr. Met on anything, so it's definitely exciting to see something different like that.
God, that Soto thing is so sour. Like I can't go to a Mets game
and I'm
this year. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait until I can accept the fact that he's just.
I'm really
gone.
hoping this Mets team is what they say they are, because on paper this team is looking
Gross.
like
Los Mets, they're gross.
But I'm hoping by like.
Hey, and you got Alonso
June.
back. That was big too.
That was big, and we saved a lot of money. 2 years, I believe, yes. And we saved a lot of money from that because he turned down like over $150 million contract.
He's a team guy. He just wanted to be back. I think.
No, he turned that down because he was looking for better offers.
What?
He turned down the $150 million because he wanted to explore. No one wanted to offer him, I believe, and then he came back with what he can get.
With a cheaper
contract.
Cheaper contract.
We saved that money. That money will probably go into the Juan Soto fund because now we have one of those because we're paying him a lot of money. But I don't know. I'm very excited for this MLB season. It's very exciting to see the Mets if they can make a deep playoff run and be good the entire year and not because of Grimace.
That was
very fun
interesting.
thing.
Grimace has been popular the past few years. He has.
He's brought back his.
Did you see
when was it big? The
old Grimace, his uncle or something? McDonald's.
Uncle Grimace?
His Uncle Grimace is for the Shamrock Shake.
Oh, it's the green Grimace.
Yeah, there's a green Grimace.
That up, but for the Shamrock Shake. Really in Shamrock Shake territory of the year. It's crazy.
Oh, what day is it? February?
What day is it? It says the month. Yes, it's February. What is it? It's February 19th, Joseph. This is on the 20th.
This is on the 20th, yeah. But, yeah, man, the Yankees, I'm excited. Also, something else about the MLB. This spring training, which I don't like. I do love all the players coming back and being fresh. I don't like two things. One Yankees, one not Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton has tennis elbow in like both his elbows. That's just
already.
Yeah.
What's he doing this
That's what I've
offseason?
said when I heard it first. Already. So he must have been playing a lot of tennis, ambidextrous tennis. But I'm not too worried about him. He's shown he can.
He's taking out the country club already.
Yeah, he showed he could bounce back.
It's probably from like pickleball or something.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But the second thing is that the MLB is introducing the ABS system. I don't know if you know what that is.
Do not know.
The ABS is the automatic balls and strike system. So that they've been using it in the minors and
has it been working in the minors?
In the Rising Stars game for the minors. It takes the game out of itself. So you could basically what it is, you could challenge a ball, like you still have an umpire, but it's like a camera that's going to record the whole thing.
Where's the camera? Behind the pitcher or behind
It's like AI pitcher. I don't know where it is. I haven't really looked into it too deeply, but I know that.
So it's like AI that determines if it's a ball or strike.
Yeah. It gets from the player's top to their head, to their toes, or to the end of the zone, and it tracks what can be a ball and what can be a strike. And the umpire is going to make the initial call, but the catcher, the pitcher, and the coach, I think they can all challenge it. So say I throw a pitch that's on the right side of the plate that's just inside Aaron Judge, right? The umpire calls it a ball, and I'm the catcher. I'm going to say no. That was right on the plate. The catcher can say I'm challenging that, and then they can challenge it and see what the camera said. If the camera says yes, it's a strike, and then.
Really?
Yeah. It could completely change the game. I mean, I haven't watched too many minor league baseball games.
That could get to the point where it's like...
I think that's how it works, but it's just interesting to see like how it's progressed into the MLB because the umpires being there and making their calls is a huge part of the game.
Huge part.
It takes away from the game itself and like so all these additions that they're trying to do, like the golden rule thing the golden batter that they were talking about earlier in the year, which is where you could replace any batter with one person who's like not batting yet. So like Shohei Ohtani strikes out, you call golden batter, Shohei Ohtani can go back again.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you get one of those once a game.
Yeah, so they were trying to do that, but I mean I don't know if it went through. Hopefully not.
That defeats the whole purpose of a batting order.
Thank you. Yes.
That defeats the whole purpose of it.
You're pointing out all the points. And you're like you could be an MLB insider. Anyway.
I don't agree with that. I don't like that golden batter. But this ABS thing,
they're making too many changes.
If this evolves to where it's like, okay, look at how many times a call was overturned and it was successfully overturned, could we get to the point where we get rid of that umpire and it's just strictly AI that calls the shots?
And then that would be like the end of baseball.
That would be the end of baseball because then it's just
pitchers
not
would have
baseball.
to be too accurate. Hitters would have too much of a zone. to hit from because their pitchers they can't throw balls unless
The whole
they want to.
purpose of it is what does the umpire see? Does the umpire see it as a strike? Does the umpire see it as a ball? And
takes away the catcher. You can't steal strikes anymore.
Yeah.
You just have to catch it. And you don't even have to catch it probably. It just goes through. Anyway, I don't know. But
I don't know.
But the changes that they are making hit me a little bit in here. I like the pitch clock is okay because it did speed up the game to watch on TV. But like sometimes you're in the ballpark, you want to be there. Like you're out there for a good time. You want to be there for maybe 3 hours. That's me personally. I want to be out there for 3.5, 4 hours. Sometimes just enjoying the baseball game. That's who I am. I love the baseball. But
I think having that time, you talking about the timer for the pitchers?
Yeah, and it's shown viewership has gone up. It's shown viewership has gone up because
it's faster games, it's high scoring games.
Exactly, it ups the speed of the game.
That's honestly, it doesn't hurt the old factor of the game where it's a long baseball game. You got to watch the whole thing. Yeah, it definitely takes away from that. But this is making games almost in a way, dare I say, more enjoyable. You're watching a higher scoring, faster game.
It just makes it easier.
Yeah, it makes it easier. I like it personally. Not very old school baseball in me, but I do like it. The whole speeding up the process with the pitch.
It makes sense, and it makes sense. It makes sense.
It does.
The MLB viewership was going down. Not many people were watching the games because they would go on for too long, and so they changed it, and it did make sense, and it did work a little. It did work.
Yeah. So speaking of viewership, I heard this little tip the other day. There's an idea that Netflix is trying to buy the entire Sunday rights to Sunday football from NBC, CBS. So think about it this way. You want to watch Sunday football, you got to have a Netflix package. What do you think of that?
Streaming war continues. It's unreal.
You don't be watching Amazon Prime on Thursdays.
I don't even know
and
where
Netflix
the
on
games
Sundays.
were sometimes. I'm trying to watch. I have YouTube TV. I'm trying to watch where the game is.
I want my Octobox. I want an Octobox. I want my quad box.
I'm trying to figure out what the game
4
is.
games.
I'm like, where is the Seahawks? Where is the Seahawks Rams on Thursday night? Oh, it's on Prime.
I gotta get
I gotta download the app onto my phone. I gotta sign in, and I just wanted to see like one play of a touchdown or something. I mean, then I just go to Instagram for that.
It's unreal.
But it's just the way they have designed it right now. It's just not.
It's becoming a monopoly.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You have to buy all these services.
If Netflix controls all of the Sunday rights of all of Sunday football, what does that say about Red Zone? Does Red Zone automatically become this Sunday thing?
Well, it's not commercial free anymore.
It's not commercial free anymore.
Red Zone football.
It's just Red Zone football. Does that become automatically a Netflix property? How does that work? It's. Do I have to spend $100 a week to watch Netflix football? Because that's what it was for your Sunday package.
Yeah.
It's killing it. I think that's.
The viewership might go down, and then it might have to make a change, but
I think it is.
And
then you see NBC's going back for the NBA. NBC's getting NBA rights this year.
Oh, from who?
They're just getting rights. They're just going to be broadcasting more games.
Cool.
And then they announced that Reggie Miller is going to be one of the commentators on it.
Nice.
I think it's great to see old players come back. And he used to commentate, Reggie Miller.
He did. He also used to cook the Knicks. But
he did.
He's a good commentator.
I think he still commentates now once in a while, but to see him at a spot where he can do that daily is pretty happy to see and good to see. There's a rumor right now in college basketball. College basketball, by the way, Auburn won against Bama. They crushed them, smoked them.
Had an amazing game.
Love to see that. Johnny said have an amazing game last
game.
week. That was great to see. There's a rumor right now that Cooper Flagg might stay in basketball for another year. College basketball for another year. What do you think of that? I personally think that is great.
If he doesn't win with Duke this year, does he come back? Because if he's already circling
If
the
he
rumor
wins,
that
he's going to the
If
NBA.
he wins,
he's got his I got my NCAA
go.
championship ring. Let me go get my NBA ring.
You've gotta
That's what
go.
he's gonna say. You have to.
Yeah, how old is he? 18? 19?
19.
You've got to go.
No, you do. You're almost obligated to go.
If you don't win,
I think it depends on how far they go.
Would you be okay with him coming back to college basketball?
Yes. I hate seeing someone go in their freshman year or after their freshman year because they think they're ready for the NBA. No. You need to go to college basketball.
He said it.
And
no.
you need to develop more. I don't care if you're averaging 30. You need to become a more well-rounded player and learn what it's like to play on a better team with better players. You played in high school in an AAU team. You didn't play with superstars. I'm not saying that all college basketball players are superstars, but they play at a higher level, especially if you're playing at Duke. So I would love to see him stay for another year, maybe even a year after that. The only downside of that is the Pelicans do have a bad pick right now, or a good pick right now. So if he's not in that draft, I will be.
Forget the Pelicans.
Not very happy.
Who?
He's gonna go to Toronto or Brooklyn.
Yeah. Who would?
That's what my call is.
I don't know. I think if he wins, he's got to go. He's got to capitalize off that monetary value.
If Duke does win the Final Four this year, the whole shebang, I think he goes.
It's also it's not that.
Got it.
Who else is it than Cooper Flagg? There's not too strong of a draft class, right?
I don't know any notable names. Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, 2 kids at Rutgers. They're supposed to go 2 and 3 right after him. I don't know anyone else notable. That's 2 others. Well, Caleb Love. Caleb Love's been in college basketball for a couple of years. Yeah, he's been. He was at UNC for a while. Now he's with Arizona University. He's doing well there. He had a crazy buzzer beater a couple weeks ago from the logo. Shot and he tied the game, went to OT, and they won.
He was a UNC guy?
He was a UNC guy. Now he's at Arizona University. So yeah, he's in the draft class. I have no idea if he's even going to be a lottery pick. I mean, probably going to be a lottery pick. I don't know if it's going to be first round or second round.
But I think Coop should go. I think he should.
You think he should?
He's really that good. That where he can come off. I mean, he doesn't have to start right away. You're not going to start. First pick, you should be starting. You should be starting overall, but you should be getting your.
I think it depends on where he goes. Does he go to a team that has a strong guy in his position?
It's got to be a good fit. I agree.
It's got to be a good fit.
You can't just be like, oh, we need him because he's the first overall pick. He's really good.
Yeah.
You have to have a good fit, and that sometimes players find that better fit.
He's got to be somewhere he's going to play.
Sometimes players find that better fit later on in their career. Brunson found a better fit here in New York.
Yes, definitely. Guess what? A team that believed in him more.
He is just that good that he can wherever he goes, they can get better, and then he will not. I don't think he will suffer from being drafted at such a young age. You've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Where
you've
people
definitely seen guys who are like, okay, this guy's going to go to the league. He's going to be a lottery pick. He's not going to do well.
I think he's
going to do well. Especially because the whole thing with Team USA, him playing well against them in that off season for Summer Bowl. Over the summer last summer he played against them, and he played on their team, he played on the team scout team, Cooper Flag, and he was putting no numbers and blocking shots and playing good defense and getting takeaways. So I don't know. I would love to see him stay at Duke for another year. That's my take. But comment below what you think. Should Cooper Flag stay for another year, or should Cooper Flag go to the league right away?
Throw a comment in there.
Throw a comment.
My take: USA is going to win.
They're going to win.
They're going to win.
And Joseph's out of here. There he goes. With the Titleist hat to mention.
USA! Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you very much, guys, for tuning into this week's episode. This was a lot of fun. Me and Joe did this on time. This will be out Thursday. So we're happy to say that for now, going forward with the camera, it will be out on Thursdays.
Check out all of our socials.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe to YouTube. And Reel, sponsor us. We're going to do this every episode. Reel, we really want you to sponsor us.
Reel. You guys are a great app. That's where I can get my football, on the Reel app.
So you get everything.
Damn right. Let's go USA!
The Miami U. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Thank you.